Maybe. Okay, here we go. All right. Test, test, test. I don't know why I reset that setting. Okay. Anthony, say something.
Hello.
Allie?
Hi.
Travis?
Hallo, wie geht's?
Cassie?
Hi.
Okay. Lexi?
Hello.
Okay, great. So there's that.
I can hear you on my phone.
Okay, well, that's good. But you can hear me through Zoom probably. All right. So
No.
we've got a bunch of people waiting, so let us begin. Um, I'm going to turn studio mode off and we will see how it goes.
Huzzah.
All right, but first I have to do one thing. Hey, hey, they're the Iceholes, and people say they're not too polite.
See, Anthony just pulling
But
back
they're
like
just
this
say
huge
they're
tiny
not
beard.
too polite.
Just
And
pulling back
they're
like
just
this
say
huge
they're
tiny
not
beard.
too polite. Hello, 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 everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
You can't see me, but I am here. Greetings. 1 second. As we make some quick changes so you're not hearing multiple audios. All right. And I will try and fix my video here in 1 second. Hopefully I can figure that out. But in the meantime, welcome to Talon and Claw's Iceholes Rime of the Frostmaiden campaign. My name is Gary. I will be your dungeon master for tonight, and I'm looking forward to sharing with you everything that we have cooked up for this adventure. I'm joined by some amazing players, some of whom you know from our events here on Talon and Claw, and I'd love for them to introduce themselves. So, starting with Anthony, why don't you go first?
Hey everybody, I'm Anthony. You know me as at Claw on Twitter. I play Jacques Friest in this campaign, who is a sorcerer. This is session 1, so you caught it just in time to get all the details, I guess. Yeah, we're excited y'all are here, and we look forward to having a bunch of fun. Travis?
I am Travis, at GM Travis on the Twitterverse, and I am playing Sven Jorgensen on the Rime of the Frost Maiden tonight.
Oh, very good. Cassie?
I am Cassie, and I am another part of Talon and Claw. My character is Agara Tiani, and she is a water ganassi.
Very cool. Lexi?
My name's Lexi. I'm Lexi Lane on Twitter. I'm playing Holly, a wildfire druid. Looking forward to playing more and more.
Awesome. Allie?
I am Allie. I'm playing Isadora, who is a half elf rogue.
Yes, a half-elf rogue. Wonderful. Who would like to go over what we did last week or a couple weeks ago to let people know if they didn't catch our first brief episode of adventure?
I don't remember names.
Not it.
Sure. So you were approached by a dwarf. His name was Gork, and he asked you to help him move a boat back onto the ocean or back onto the lake because many people had been, let's just say, there'd been some accidents on the water. Then somebody came up to you and said, I'm not sure he's telling you the whole truth. It turns out there was a monster in the lake, which was someone described as a kraken. Not me, though, because that's totally a different thing. You were able to advance onto the water, and you came to realize through some very cunning planning that the monster was actually intelligent. You learned that he was granted his intelligence an awaken spell by a druid who was a servant of Oral the Frostmaiden to harass the people who were in the town of Bremen. He didn't really know why, just to keep them off balance. You returned to the inn, the Nodding Ninny, and you spent the night there. You woke up in the morning, and just let me get to my document here. You woke up in the morning, and there was a warm plate of porridge for you, because Dargo, the human who had spoken to you previously, excuse me, had arranged a breakfast for you. The Nodding Ninny is small. There's only about 7 or 8 tables, but there is a large hearth and there's a bar. What you notice this morning, and you were all sort of curled up in the corner because it's a one-room facility, is that there was a dwarf, a different dwarf, a female dwarf. No warm clothing that you can see, no armor, but she is wielding a long sword and a hand axe, sort of along, like right on top of a table. That's the only person that you can see right now. The bartender is not in your eye line at the moment. What do you all do?
We're back at the inn that we had talked to the dwarf at originally.
Yep.
I'm going to be waiting for someone to look away from their plate and steal some of their food because I am freaking hungry.
Nice.
Yeah, Jacques is going to be face down in his food, eating up. He's a small guy, so he's pretty hungry after all that adventuring.
Okay. Isadora, what about you?
She's gonna be watching Sven and slap his hand away as he tries to steal her food.
Sorry.
Agara, Holly?
Holly's just gonna sit at the table that everyone else is sitting at and just kind of kicking her feet.
Okay. Agara, what about you?
She's going to be quietly observing, just kind of basking in what had just recently transpired.
So you notice that this dwarf, similar to the dwarf previously, is casting some eyes your way, almost as if regarding you and your activities.
So Jacques going to pick up his biscuit, and as he picks up his biscuit, he just notices that it turns from a fluffy, like Grand's biscuit into a ball of ice. And he looks puzzled, and he just sets the biscuit down, all frustrated, and he gets up and heads over to the dwarf as he noticed she's not really wearing winter clothes. And he's gonna say to her, like, "You don't look like you're from around here."
Oh, no, I'm from around here. I just came from not too far away, mostly to see you. I heard about your exploits on the water last night, and I came to see for myself if you could help me. I haven't yet decided, but I'm leaning toward you can.
Really? How'd you hear about it so quick?
Oh, the town of Bremen is not that big. And you're
And
I look over to Sven and I kind of wave him over.
and while you like wave me over, I'm fixated on that biscuit, and I go ahead and I pick it up and I take just a big bite of it, and then like you hear just like a crack, and I'm like, ah, 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 and I just kind of do the typical like, and then I get up and I walk over, and I look at you and it's like, hey,
hello.
how's it going?
It's funny. Remember when I said that it's not that big of a town? He's half its size.
I'm only 8'5"
Hey, Sven,
ish.
she's looking for us to help her out with something. She heard about her exploits on the water last night and thinks we could be of help.
Oh yeah, well, that's a really good idea because what I can do is I can go out there and be like, okay, I don't want to freak you out, but I know the perfect way to get some fishes. So, I mean, I know you probably heard about it because I'm very, very well-renowned fisherman around these parts now, apparently.
Oh no, for sure. You're famous beyond words. And she sort of rolls her eyes, but she says, "No, I think you can help me. First, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Lynn, Hlin, Lynn, Lynn Trobane. Uh, I was a bounty hunter back in the day. I and something says there's something wrong happening here in Icewind Dale, but I can't quite put my finger on it. Yeah, you might have heard, or perhaps you haven't. There might, I don't want to alarm you, there might be a serial killer stalking Icewind Dale. Nothing stokes the paranoia and the isolation of the cold and dark but random bodies turning up unexplained. 3 cold-blooded murders have been committed in the past month. A halfling in Easthaven, a shipbuilder in Targos, and 3 days ago, a dwarf blower in Brinshander. And each victim was found with a dagger of ice driven through his heart. What's the connection? I don't know. I don't know at all. But there clearly is something. And then she sort of looks at all of you again and she waves you forward, asking you to come around and draw closer.
Okay. Holly jumps down from her chair and walks over and gets close.
That was for sure. You see, I suspect it's a man named Sefik Coltrol. He works for a small merchant company called Torgs. It's owned and operated by a shady dwarf named Torga Icevein. In other words, Sefik gets around. He makes friends easily. He's Torga's bodyguard, so I'm guessing he's not too bad with a blade. You see, the victims only come from the 3 towns that are sacrificing people to the Frostmaiden. This is what passes for civilization up here north of the spine of the world. Maybe, these victims found a way to keep their name out of the drawing. Because as you know, or perhaps you don't, every new moon they sacrifice someone to the Frostmaiden in the hopes that the endless night will go away. So far, no luck for any of them. You see, maybe Sefik is doing the work of the Frostmaiden. I followed Torgs for 10 days as it moved from town to town. It's quite the devious little enterprise, but that's not my concern. What struck me is how comfortable Sefik is in the cold. No coat, no scarf, no gloves. It was like the cold couldn't touch him. Now, I'm fine with the cold, but even I am not immune to it. It was like the cold had no effect on him whatsoever. It was like he was kissed by the Frostmaiden. I will pay you 20 gold pieces each to apprehend him, ascertain his guilt, and deal with him, preferably without involving the authorities and bringing too much red tape into it. When the job is done, return here and collect your money.
Do I feel like she is being forthright with us?
What is your insight bonus?
My insight bonus is +2.
+2. You absolutely you are almost certain that no one has ever been more truthful to you in your entire life.
It's either a natural 20 or a natural 1. Okay. Um. Where was the last place that he was seen?
That's a question I can't answer. Easthaven was what I heard, but Torgas moves quickly. You could perhaps take a dog sled there, but I don't know for sure. You could ask some of the townsfolk here in Bremen. Maybe they know. Usually it does move often, but it's hard to say one way or the other. Easthaven would be my bet. It was where they were going when I made my way here, but I can't say for sure.
Does anyone know how far away Easthaven is from here?
You can make me a history check.
Everyone?
Yep, everybody.
+1 for 18.
Ooh.
Got a 23.
Yeah,
19.
you think that you can easily get there in about half a day from here with the dog sled.
Half a day.
Yep.
Okay. Well, what do you guys think?
Yep.
I think that we could definitely try. But what token do we need to bring back to show you that he's been taken care of?
You seem to be forthright, so I will trust that if you say the job is done, it's done. But remember, don't involve the authorities. Occasionally, it can get prickly up here in the north.
Okay. I think that we should go ahead and head that direction then.
Oh, we can stock up while we're here.
Yeah? Probably
Half
be a
day
good
travel
idea.
isn't too bad, but it is rather cold. We don't
Yeah,
want
and there
to.
won't be anything on the way, so
Well,
Sure.
probably nothing safe.
Where would you like to go? There's another inn called Buried Treasures. You know that you've been in Bremen long enough to know that it generally caters to treasure seekers, specifically people who are panning for treasure in warmer weather. But of course, it's not been very busy for the last few years with the endless night caused by Oril. There's also Five Center Tavern, which is in the center of the town. It's a group of unaffiliated taverns that people occasionally make booze runs through. And then there's the Outfitters Outpost, which is on the outside of town, where you can find assorted sundries. You've heard that it's not very well stocked, but you know for certain that you'll be able to get a dog sled there.
Okay. Also, have we rested since?
Yeah, you rest.
Okay.
It was a long rest.
Cool.
So, is there a store to go get a dog sled?
that's what I
Absolutely.
was going to ask.
Yep. Outfitters
Would like
Outpost.
some heckin' good doggos and a dog sled.
Okay. Yeah.
While we're on the way to that, I'm gonna cast Good Berry and put the berries into my pouch.
Okay. Is anybody else doing anything?
I'm like jumping up and down like in excitement that we're gonna go get some dogs.
I'm counting my money, to be honest.
Okay.
Should we stop somewhere before the dog sled place to pick up some supplies?
Yeah, it's pretty cold out.
Hmm.
I mean, we have some gear, but probably not enough to go all the way up to Easthaven, don't you know?
Well, you can definitely make your way to Outfitters Outpost and see what you have. What you've gathered from your time in Bremen over the last few days is there's generally not too many places where you can receive services like this. So I think at best it's going to be pretty sparse.
Well,
So
I have food taken care of, for the most part.
Hmm.
I hand Sven a single berry. I say, "Here you go, big guy. This'll tide you over for a little bit."
it's not frozen. So you find that when you test it out, it's not going to crack your teeth.
Oh, thanks. It's so much better. Just nom on it for a little while.
And now you're full.
Sweet.
So you make your way to Outfitters Outpost. It's not very far. It's on the outskirts of Bremen. It's run by a human, and you can see her puttering around through the window. It's actually a very small shop, but the thing that you notice is you hear the howls of the dogs.
Do they sound like in distress or just the
No.
sound of dogs?
No, they sound excited.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we go? Are we inside the shop? Or are
You're
we,
not inside the shop. No, you just see her puttering around outside. You guys can make the decision as to what you want to do.
Hey Jacques, you want to yeet?
do we want to yeet? You're gonna yeet me to the dogs?
Yeah, I figured I'll just kind of pick you up and then just kind of like toss you over there.
No, let's try to make a good impression here.
Well, I'm a little
Stay
scared
civilized.
because I don't know if these dogs are friendly, and if you yeet me into the dogs, then I may not come out alive.
It's small.
Well, okay.
You can
I guess we'll make our good impression or whatever.
you can yeet me later.
Oh.
Fine.
Now it's a party. So the door is there. You can see that she's inside. What do you do?
Holly will walk inside.
I will follow her.
Same.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep,
I'm gonna rush around, and I'm gonna like race around Sven, and try to get there because I'm really excited to get some dogs.
All right. So she hears the doorbell ring and she turns around excitedly. She's like, oh my goodness, customers. Oh, she's straightening her clothes. She's getting behind the counter. My goodness. Hello. My name is Philomena. Philomena Cressida. Welcome to the Outfitters Outpost. Everything you could imagine here under one roof. I mean, except for food and warm clothing and pitons, but otherwise we have things.
Well, I like things.
Yes, for sure.
The guard's gonna pretend like she knows what she's doing and say, "I would like your best dogs, please."
Right.
I think we lost Lexi.
Yeah, we lost Lexi.
Wait, what? Am I still here verbally?
Yes.
Oh.
Still here, verbally.
Your video went out.
All right, now let's see if I can.
But you can't handle me.
Oh boy.
Or Zoom can't handle me, I should say.
Let's see. Let's see how I can do this. Let's get her done. Okay, you're right. You're wrong. You're right. This is some professional
Technical difficulties.
No, this is great. This is professional. We're all in business here.
Zoom,
Boom.
please don't crash.
Okay, we good.
Gary is just demonstrating his godlike powers and moving us where he wants.
DM's ultimate power. Okay, so she's like, what sundries do you need? What tools? Where are you going? Where have you been?
Well, it all started out when I was born up in the mountains. And then Sven just kind of starts going until somebody cuts him off.
Oh yes, tell me more. Tell me everything. This is fantastic. She
Sven,
clearly
Sven,
doesn't get
Sven,
that
shut
many
up.
guests.
We're here for some dogs. We heard some dogs. We would love to see about purchasing some dogs
Oh,
to help
oh,
us
oh,
on our
well,
travels.
the dogs aren't for purchase, but you could rent passage. I have someone in the back who could take you where you need to go, as long as it's not too far. The dogs have limits, and yes, that's exactly what I would say. Would you like to rent some dogs?
Are
Yeah,
the dogs okay with it though?
Well, if I'm being honest, I haven't asked them, but they seem to be happy. I treat them well, and they,
It's
they seem to like the musher who is responsible for helping. So, all in all, I would say yes.
uh
I mean, it's
okay, well, I think that Holly should probably go talk to him. And just to make sure, because we don't want to be renting no sad dogs or dogs that don't want to go where they want to go. So, we should probably check that out first. And then I'm also going to need some food and some pittance. And what was the other thing you said that you had?
um, I have a crowbar.
Things? Sorry?
I have a crowbar.
A crow? Oh, yeah, we're going to need probably at least half of those. At least one half.
But what's the price to get passage?
Uh, the price to get passage. That is a wonderful question. Let's see. I'm going to hide that. Nope.
hey,
Nope. Right. The price to get passage. It is a 5 gold a person.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Do you think that you can you fit me on the sled though? Because those sleds are usually pretty tiny.
Well, we could provide you an extra large sled, most certainly. Um, but you know,
Okay, so I guess I'll be free then. And then we'll just have to pay for everybody else. And you said that was what, 3 gold apiece? Sounds good.
no, I said 5. It was 5 gold.
Five. Oh yeah.
I think you said 3.
I think you said 3. I mean, Agara said you said 3, right? So
Uh,
therefore, I'm pretty sure you said 3.
can I try to persuade her that she said 3?
you can try, um, but okay, go ahead. You make a persuasion check.
121.
21. Okay. You can convince her somehow that she said 3. Oh, did I say 3? Oh, well, clearly that was my mistake. I'm so sorry about that. Well, 3 it is then. I suppose. I suppose that's fair. I mean, of course, it won't even cover my expenses, but if I said 3, I must have meant it.
We
And
tip really well.
Well,
Oh no, see, I can tell you how to go fishing in the lake over there. So I have this secret. And then I give her my secret of here fishy fishy. You have to go into the middle of the lake, crouch down low to the water, and say, here fishy 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 fishy. And then I'll tell her that I caught like multiple prize salmon just the other day, and it is spread throughout all of Bremen already. And we were told of my wonder this morning already, and it was fantastic.
Well, I saw the fish, so I corroborate his story, although I'm not sure if it was salmon.
Oh, it's something.
It
Definitely
was a
something.
fish.
Fish.
okay. Well, um, why don't you go out back, tell Chandra I sent you, and you can be on your way. Did you want that crowbar? It's 5 gold.
Oh, 5 gold for a crowbar.
Yes,
Um,
it's a deal at twice the price.
so it's 10 gold?
Yes.
Uh, Jacques, Is 10 gold good deal for a crowbar there? I
10
don't
gold
know.
isn't, but I think 5 gold is.
Oh, okay. Well,
What are we
y-
gonna need a crowbar for exactly?
Well, when the shopkeep says that they have a specific tool, I think maybe we may need it on our travels. We never know if we may get the sled stuck somewhere and we need to crowbar our way out of it.
Yeah, but do we each need a crowbar, or is one for the whole team sufficient?
Oh, I think one will be good.
Well, I only have one, so
Oh, okay,
the
yeah.
good.
question is moot. Yeah, things are hard to get up here in Icewind Dale. You'll find products and services are very rare in some cases, and expensive. Traveling over the spine of the world is quite difficult, and it's difficult to produce things here, particularly in the Frostmaiden's Endless Night. It's a challenge, no matter how you slice it.
Well, Sven, maybe we
So
should start up a service business on teaching how people how to fish.
that might be a good idea. I like that.
Just
And then
boat tours.
I could get the crowbar and I could just knock the fish out and be like, boom, and then you're done. Money. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll have that crowbar then there. Yep.
wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. Yes, 5 gold, please. And she says, "Thank you."
Uh, thank you. And then hands over the gold. Where the heck is the gold in?
Did you pay the whole thing by yourself, or are you asking for contributions? Because I have a little bit of gold. But I mean, I'll
Um,
totally let you cover it if that's what you want to do.
oh, well, I have 10
Oh, okay.
silver. No, gold. Yes. 10 gold. I have 10 gold, so I can cover all of it and then have 5 left.
Nice. All right. I'll get you next time.
Okay.
So you head around the back and you see a very large team of dogs and a very large sled. It's almost like a sleigh. But what you notice is these dogs are quite large. They're not quite as large as a reindeer and not as big as a direwolf, for example, but they're definitely massive for a dog. And they're you can hear a voice coming from inside the dogs. There's about 16 of them in a pen around the back, and they're all sort of huffing and playing. But what you hear is, hello? Is somebody there?
All right. I think Lexi's
Yeah.
waiting
No,
in the
it
room.
says joining. I can't
Okay.
try
Coolio.
try signing in again, Lexi. I can't. I have nothing. It just says joining on my screen.
All right. Well, I'll go over there if she's kind of wondering where we are. I'll duck out of the door and go out and be like, "Oh, hey there."
So
Yeah.
you hear a voice, and but you can't see it. It's almost like
No.
it's buried in a mountain of fur. She's like, hello, are you there? Are you here for the dogs?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're here for the dogs. We're going to be going up to that one place there. Easthaven, I think.
Oh yes, Easthaven. It's a beautiful trip. The snow is falling. I mean, you won't be able to see anything because it's so dark. But oh my, this is just wonderful. You'll enjoy it a great deal.
So Jacques kind of gets excited. He sees the dogs and he kind of walks up and says, are they friendly?
Oh yes, very friendly, very friendly. Just pet them from the top, not the bottom. They don't like that.
So Jacques goes up and starts petting the dog.
He quickly becomes putty in your hand, and he starts panting happily.
Good boy.
I'm a little bit nervous around the dogs, so I kind of just stay back and watch Jacques.
Okay. So After a moment, you see bursting out of the center of the dogs a gnome. She can't be more than 3 foot 5 inches tall. She's wearing a heavy fur coat. It's almost as though she's as wide as she is tall. She's super puffed up, and she's wearing a large woolen hat. And she says, "Oh, hello. Welcome to Outfitters Outpost. The dogs are ready to go if you are. Are you ready to go?"
Well, I got my crowbar. And I
Oh.
hold up my crowbar. Yep.
We're ready.
That's great. Great. Okay. Well, the dogs are ready and fed. Let me just bind them up. So she starts hooking them up to the collars and hooking them up to each other. Oh, that's a good boy, Pants. That's a good boy, Pants. And she's paying with the dogs and hooking them up to the sled. She invites you into the back. She said, "I would offer you a cold drink, but no."
All right. I'm assuming Holly would probably go over and go confirm that the dogs are in fact ready and rearing to get going
Happy
on
to
the
be
next
there.
journey.
Yeah, well, they seem very excited for sure.
Well,
All
I'm
right.
nervous, and I ask about like whether or not we have enough food to feed them for the trip, and whether we have treats, or if we can give them treats. Like, it seems like I know nothing about dogs specifically.
She sort of huffs quietly under her breath and says, "Yes, there are treats. You may each give them one. We do have enough to feed them for a time. This shouldn't be an issue at all. But this is very important. We have enough food for them, but not you. It's only half a day. It should be fine. Don't worry about it at all. But if, for example, we were to fall into a lake, you would most likely die in the wilderness before you got to anywhere that was going to save you."
Uh, is there a place here where we can get a little bit of food, then?
Oh, absolutely. Most certainly. The Outfitters Outpost will have some. And if they don't, no.
Okay, so then can
Yeah.
we go there and meet you back here when we're ready to go?
Most certainly. It's just around the front.
Okay. So Agara goes around the front and goes into the outfitters.
Uh,
Jacques is just sitting on the sled, like Jacques ready to go. And he kind of looks at Agar and like, "Where are you going? Like, let's go on a sled ride."
Well, I can't feed everyone, and unlike our friend Sven, I can't catch fish in the middle of a lake if I'm dead.
Well, yeah, you got a good point there. I mean, I am a bit of a survivalist, so I would be able to help us out a little bit, but probably not as good as Holly with her magical noms, because that was pretty good this morning. Um, Isadora, do you have any place maybe else we could go? Like, you want to go to the 5 Center Tavern with me? We could go over there and maybe
Yeah,
try to get some food
maybe
or
stock up on
beer
some beer.
or liquor.
Well, I
or
do
whiskey.
have 10 days of rations in my bag.
Oh. I have 5 days of rations, but I don't think it's ever bad to have some liquor. That shit will warm you up.
Yeah.
I ate almost all of mine, so I have 1 day of rations. Might need some rations, and I need a lot of rations.
I
So
have some rations, but I'm a planner, and somebody mentioned going into the middle of a lake and dying. So it definitely
definitely need
triggers,
some beer.
yeah, well, and food.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we've got a couple things to do. I'm not sure what to do. Maybe try restarting your machine, Lexi. That's the only thing I can suggest. I did see you, but it didn't pick you up. Agar is going into Outfitters Outpost, and you're talking to Philomena, and she says, "Oh, Oh my goodness, welcome back so soon. It's a privilege. It's almost a joy. Yes, a joy to see you. What can I do for you?
I'd like some food, please.
Food.
Yeah. No.
Food. Food. Huh. Dog treats? I have some of those. Rations we have none of. Vegetables, of course, we have none of. It's the middle of the winter. I might have a potato. Would you like a potato?
Yes, and some dog treats, please.
Yes, of course. She's like throwing things out behind her head. There's sacks coming out, and she finds one potato. It's actually got little roots growing out of it because it was clearly hidden somewhere out of sight. And she gives you a handful of dog treats. That's 12 gold, please.
Oh.
This is quite possibly the only potato in all of Icewind Dale. It's a deal at 12 gold. My goodness, I'm basically throwing in the treats for free. My goodness, some people in Bremen may not have even seen a potato before.
Yeah, but I am not sure how much gold I have.
Okay.
On the equipment tab, on the right
Yeah.
hand side, it has currency. So if you went with like a starter's equipment, I think it should be there.
I'm looking at my paper. I apologize.
No problem. Take your time.
Is it the GP part that's
Yes.
your money?
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
Just give me 1 minute.
Yeah, no problem. Why don't we,
Alright.
Allie and Travis are planning on going into the center, and they want to buy
Let's
some
get
beer.
some booze.
So that's absolutely not a problem at all. You go.
Meanwhile, Jacques is still sitting on the sled with the like reins in his hand, like acting like he's ready to go.
Yeah.
So you see 5 taverns. There's Turnberry Downs, Blue Water Bay, Whisper Town, the Island, and Walsmart. Which one would you like to go into?
Left is always right, so I'm going to go to the one to my left.
Okay, so you go into Turnberry Downs. It's almost like there's a sign, and it's got an apple turnover on it, and then it says Downs below the sign. And you kick it open, and there's a roaring fire. There's maybe 4 or 5 people actually, unlike the Nodding Ninny near the bay where you were previously.
All right. Sven will go in, and he'll go over to the proprietor, and be like, "Oh, hey there. Need to get some booze in this flask here, and if you have some food, rations or something like that, that would be great."
It's actually a drow. And he says, he looks at you. Hey,
Yay.
Lexi. Yay, Lexi's back.
Yay.
He looks at you with some disdain, actually. And he says, greetings. How may I be of assistance to you? My name is Sidris, a merchant of some renown, purveyor of fine alcohol, and other sundries. How may I be your friend today?
Oh, hey there, Citrus. Well, my name is Sven. This is Isadora. Yeah, we need some rations and maybe a little bit of booze to cap our journeys off before we head out.
Oh, most certainly.
Yeah.
I'm happy to help. Question. Do you have a preference for the type of alcohol? Do you have a container? How likely is the container to break on your travels? How much are you willing to spend? And are you a connoisseur? Do you have any preference for the type of liquor you will consume? These are the important questions, you see. Otherwise, I can't effectively serve you, and I'm well known for effectively serving my customers in all manner of things, regardless of their needs, wants, or desires.
I
And
do
then
not have something to put the alcohol in. Would I be able to purchase something from you?
I could perhaps find a jug. Mind you, it's not the most efficient method for moving alcohol while you are on the road. It's better than nothing, one might say.
Sven goes ahead and just pulls up this water skin that's pretty much the size of Isidore's head. And just is like, I think this will work.
Ah, yes, certainly. Do you have a preference for wine, spirits, beer? I have a lovely giantish ale from the south. It's a very rare vintage. What is it? What is it called? Piss and vinegar. It's quite potent.
Uh, and then I'm just gonna point towards Isidore and be like, pretty sure she knows what I like, so I'll just let her do the talking, and I'll just kind of sit back and cross my arms, holding on to the water skin.
We'd like the stronger the better, please.
Oh, so piss and vinegar it is then.
Piss and vinegar sounds perfect.
He goes to a tap and starts filling up the wineskin. It smells. It's hard
Like
to
piss?
describe. It doesn't smell like piss. No, it smells like the strongest, muskiest beer you've ever smelled. Almost you get the sense that if it were to be much thicker, you might be able to stand on it. It's almost a meal. He hands it to you, and Sven he chucks it to you, and even with your strength, you're sort of taken aback because of the weight of the alcohol.
Oh wow. How much do I owe you there?
Oh, for this, 3 gold.
Okay, Isadora, pay the man.
All right, fine. I'll pay the man.
So Isadora gives him the coin, and he leans in. And my dear, if there's anything else I can do for you, you know.
Get some food.
Do you have any
whispers.
rations back there?
Oh, most certainly. We have a series of rations. I perhaps have 4 days worth, in fact.
How much would they go for?
25 gold apiece.
A piece?
Yes, that's correct.
What?
At this point, Holly reminds everybody, now that I'm back, for the most part, we don't need to worry too much about food. I have that taken care of.
All right, then Isadora is going to say thank you. Appreciate the offer, but I think we'll be okay.
Well, delightful. Perhaps I shall see you again. Perhaps you'll be consumed by the blizzard. Perhaps you'll be consumed by the Frostmaiden herself. Hard to say, but I wish you luck on your journey, and farewell.
Bye, friend.
Thank you.
So,
When I go to leave, the door, I believe I remember it being a push. I can't remember that, and I think it's a pull. So I just kind of yank on it just over and over and over again until eventually the hinges just kind of like, and it bends back. Like, okay, see you later, friend. And then I just head out into the cold.
And
as
Isadora
you just
shakes her
squeeze
head
out.
and follows.
as you're leaving, all you hear is Goliaths. So you return to the outfitter's outpost where Agara is bartering over a potato. And Agara, how much gold do you have to your name? How much are you willing to contribute?
Well, I'm not going to say the exact number. I just want to ask how much would half a potato cost?
Oh well, half a potato, 7 gold.
I think that I've got an extra pair of shoes, so we're good.
Well, okay. Don't die. But if you do, you know, hope you can serve as food for someone else, as we say up here north of the spine of the world. That's the cycle of life and whatnot. Okay.
Charming.
Well, have a. The circle. No. So you go out. You go out to the back, and everybody's there. And Chandra is at the front of the sleigh, and there's plenty of space for all of you. Although somebody may have to sit on Sven's lap, Jacques. And she's like, "Are you ready to go?" She looks at Jacques. I know you've been ready to go for some time.
I have, and as I do that, I say that I'm gonna kind of climb up on Sven's shoulder because I want to get like a really good view as we're bobbing and weaving through the snow.
Sure. So you begin going toward Easthaven, and as you're traveling, the dogs are leaving massive tracks in the snow. But what you're struck by is the endless white. You're completely surrounded by snow. In the distance, far away from you to the south, you can see the spine of the world, one of the largest mountain ranges in all of Toro, dominates Icewind Dale, but not so much as the darkness, the pervasive and endless night of the Frostmaiden. Does anybody have anything they want to do while you're traveling?
I'm kind of land sick, so I'm just gonna chill with my eyes closed.
Okay.
Holly is going to ritually cast Speak with Animals,
Okay.
and she's just going to spend the 10 minutes like giving the dogs a bunch of pep talks, encouraging barks.
Okay. Agara, you get inspiration for your pun. Chill. I dug it. First one to use a icy pun today gets inspiration. So good on you for that. The dogs are all quite happy. In fact, as you're talking to them and giving them encouraging words, all they're sort of saying in unison is mush, 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 mush. They are super into it right now. They are loving it.
Cool.
I would imagine that when Sven starts hearing Holly talk to the dogs, he would probably start mimicking, like under his breath, but mimicking the same sounds, pretending that he's learning dog speak.
Hearing this, Holly will just kind of look at him like, you said something bad.
And then I'll look up at Jacques and be like, "What did I say?"
Oh no, I don't speak dog.
Well, you should learn, because Holly's just doing it right there. It's pretty great.
The wind whipping off the plains stings any level of exposed skin. Luckily, you have winter clothing and you're able to resist it more or less, but the snow is pounding against the sleigh. It's almost covering any exposed surface, though as the wind blows, it does blow off. After a few hours' journey, Chandra suggests stopping for a moment to give the dogs a bit of a respite. She says, we've been going for some time and we're not far away, but we should give the dogs a rest. They will go forever. They'll go until they die, and we need to moderate for them, as you can imagine. Easthaven is not far. It's only about an hour away.
We're not on a lake, are we?
You're not.
Okay.
Holly
Hi.
will go around and distribute a single berry to everybody.
Thank you.
You're like, eat up. You need your nutrition.
So you have
Thank you.
full stomachs eating the berries, and it is a wonderful, delicious experience. After a moment, the dogs are more rested and relaxed, and Chandra's going through and petting each one, talking to them, making sure they're feeling okay, scratching them behind the head, not under the chin, as she suggested. And she's like, "Oh, that's a good boy, Pants. That's a good boy, Pants." And she says, "Okay, I after about 10 minutes, I think we're ready. That was enough time. We're only an hour away. We'll rest them for the night at Easthaven."
Okay.
Agara reluctantly says okay.
Okay.
Again, she's land sick.
And she chills.
Yeah.
So you get to East Haven, and that is where we will take our break. Before we take our break, I just wanted to remind everyone about the events that we have going on this weekend. Of course, we do our Iceholes campaign every second Tuesday. So the next will be on the 8th, the 15th, of course, Tuesday the 15th. But this coming weekend, we have a lot of stuff going on. As you may have seen on our Twitter, we are once again hosting Quest for the Cure, sponsored by Legendary Pants and D&D Beyond. We are raising money for Jesse's Journey. We have an amazing cast, including Ed Greenwood, the creator of the Forgotten Realms himself, Amy Lynn Dzura, Emma Wakelin, and a new member of the cast, Blair Brown. He's a producer at Respawn Entertainment, including on Jedi Fallen Order, which was an amazing game. The thing that is different about this time is that there's a space for you to participate. Anybody that registers for our charity between now and December the 3rd will have the opportunity to be eligible to play in this game with Ed Greenwood, Amy Lynn Dzura, and everybody. So we're super excited about that opportunity, and we hope that you'll join us on December the 5th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific for Team Squad Up. And of course, on Sunday, the Quest for the Cure takes to the seas. And we will be sailing once again in support of Jesse's Journey in an extra long Twitch stream starting at 7:30 Eastern. So please join us on December the 6th. There'll be tons of prizes, including stuff from D&D Beyond, Talon and Claw, Legendary Pants, and more. So we're going to go into our break now. Thanks very much. We look forward to seeing you in about 10 minutes. Bye-bye, Hawkmere.
All right. Be back in 10 minutes.
Oh, cripes Alfriday.
The thing's back, by the way. The high
The high,
pitch.
yeah, the high pitched noise.
I give each of the dogs a little head pat and a scratch behind the ears as they go off.
Can somebody say something?
Something.
All right, there
Yup.
we go.
Hello.
Okay, Dan, does that did that fix it? Let me know if it did. Streamlining our technical procedures here every day. Hopefully, we will have fixed it now. Great. Okay, so what would you all like to do? Isadora, how would you like to approach this challenge that you see before you?
You're, yep.
Huh?
What would you
You're
like to
muted.
do?
Oh my god. I don't know.
Okay, you're trying to find Torgs. You know it's an outdoor market, and you know Easthaven is a small town. So how would you like
Can
to?
I hear anything? Can I do like a perception check? Is
Absolutely,
there
make
a
a
noisy
perception
direction?
check. Yep, make a perception check.
Can I see anything from atop Sven's shoulders?
23.
You can't see anything, no, beyond just the town itself. Isadora, you actually do hear something coming from near the center of town. You hear what sounds like the flapping of canvas, the stacking of boxes.
Okay, well, I'd like to head in that direction, please.
All right. You head into that direction, and there aren't too many people out at this time of night. You're more or less alone. But as you're walking down a narrow street, it opens up into a wider avenue, and there's a few stores and houses in a circular pattern surrounding what's a larger plaza. You see a series of humans packing up what looks to be a cart, covering it with a thick canvas tarp, and packing everything away.
Okay, well, can we go talk to one of those people and maybe find out if they have any information?
Absolutely. You can walk up to them easily, and the first one sort of turns around and says, "Yeah, what do you need?"
I'd like to say hi. I've heard that there have been There have been some murders around here. Do you know anything about that?
I mean, no. But if you hurry, I hear they're burning a guy on the other side of town.
Like right now?
I mean, yeah.
We should go there.
To the other side of town.
We should
Uh,
go there.
Sure.
So we
So
hurry.
you head over there. What is everyone's passive perception?
12.
In
Yeah, 13.
Isadora?
Wait, what's passive perception? Am I rolling?
No. It's what's your perception score? It's +4.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's 10 plus 4. So your passive perception is 14. Does anybody else have a 14 or better? Holly?
Nope, I got a 12.
Okay. Isadora,
Mine's
you
14, sorry.
okay, all right. So Agara and Isadora, you both see what look to be tracks leading between a pair of houses. It doesn't seem to be a common thoroughfare.
Okay, well, I'd like to follow those footprints.
Sure. You walk between the houses and you hear something. It's almost like a shuffling or a muffled something. You can't really make it out from this distance. You're going to have to plunge deeper between the houses to figure it out.
Okay. I crouch a little and
Okay.
try to sneakily go down that path.
Okay, make me a stealth check, please.
I'm gonna follow her.
And the 8.5 foot tall Sven would also like to sneak.
Okay.
Oh no.
14.
Everyone can make me a stealth check then, if you're all going to sneak.
That was a 6, not a 9. So I actually got 11.
So
Got a
you,
7.
21.
I got a 20.
oh geez, you are some sneaky.
you a sneaky Goliath.
You see a halfling, and he's actually face down in the snow, and he's sort of struggling like this. Someone, a man who has his back to you, is holding this creature down in the snow. What strikes you immediately about this man is that he's not wearing a coat. In fact, not only is he not wearing a coat, he's wearing a short sleeve shirt.
I think it's him. If y'all
I
wouldn't
yell.
mind.
Hey, stop.
He turns around, Agara, he hears you say, "Hey, stop," very intimidating. And he says, "No." And we will roll
Okay.
initiative.
Okay. Sorry, guys.
During my stealth roll, I am hiding behind Agara, so he does not see me.
Okay.
And then I'll
Oh,
stand up
okay.
in full height, and then look back at him and be like, "Yes."
All right, Jacques Friest, what did you get?
A big old 5.
Jacques Friest gets a 5. Sven,
12.
Agara,
10.
Holly,
13.
Isadora.
Wait, am I adding this to anything?
Yeah, you add it to your dexterity, so +3.
Plus 5.
Oh, +5.
So I got
Oh,
6.
Okay, +6.
6.
6. Oh, geez, that's very bad. Very bad indeed. Okay.
We all did poorly.
Better than a 1.
Okay. So he crushes the halfling's face deeper into the snow, and you're all stunned by this action. It's almost like you can't even move. You're ready to act against this person you suspect is horribly evil, and nothing. He will draw from the air a dagger of ice, and he is going to stab Isadora with it.
Wow.
But he misses. And then, drawing from the cold itself, you see a long sword begin to form in his hand. Its blade glints in what little light there is, and he is going to attack Agara.
Okay.
I'm assuming that a critical hit will hit you, Agara.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. And so, wielding his long sword, he does. Oh. How many hit points do you have, Agara?
10.
10. Okay, so 18 damage doesn't kill you outright, which is great. Great news. But it will knock you unconscious.
Good.
Oh gosh.
You begin to feel this icy dagger stick straight between your ribs, and the last thing you see before you're falling unconscious is a pair of dead, lifeless, ice blue eyes staring back at you. Holly, it is your go.
Okay. Holly is just gonna stare agape for a moment and then rush forward and shove a good berry into Agara's mouth.
Okay, done. Agara, you now have 1 hit point, and you are no longer dying, which is great.
Huzzah.
I mean, not great from his perspective, so I'm not a super fan of it, but it works for you. And everybody remember, 500 bits were donated, so you have 1 reroll, but come to a consensus as to when you want to use it. Holly, it is use your thing. Sven.
Oh, was that
All
my
right.
whole turn?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I mean, you can move. Do you have a bonus action you want to use?
No, that's it.
Okay. Sven.
I would like to rage.
Yeah, sure.
So
Bonus action rage.
Sven will go into a rage, and his skin gets like really, his veins just start popping out, and he's like, "Oh, cripes, alrighty, you shouldn't have done that." And then he just goes rushing in, grabs his great axe, and poof, goes for a nice heavy strike.
All right.
Come on, 16 to hit.
16 does hit.
Awesome.
Your axe
And-
bites deep into icy flesh.
All right, that'll be a 13
13 damage.
slashing. 13 slashing damage.
Alrighty.
Oh wait, no, plus another 2 because of rage.
15.
Yeah, 15 total.
Okay, pretty good. Agara, you have 1 hit point, but you're flat on the back, buried halfway in snow. What would you like to do?
Not to reuse a pun, but I'm just gonna chill here for a minute.
Okay, well, you can't have inspiration twice.
I didn't.
Okay, no, but you can. Yeah, if you want to sort of just hide out, you could take the dodge action if you wanted. Just sort of lay is like, don't see me, or you could do something else if you prefer, or you could just sort of lay there. It's up to you.
So he's obviously within attacking distance. So if I try to flee, there will be an attack of opportunity, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna hang out
Okay.
and
Disengage.
pretend I'm dead.
Yeah,
Well,
you could stand and disengage. You can only move up to half your speed because you're standing, but you could absolutely use your action to disengage, and that won't provoke attacks of opportunity from him.
yeah, I'd like to disengage.
Okay, done. So you are now hiding behind Sven instead of the heroic Sven who is hiding bravely behind you. Isadora, it is your turn.
I'd like to try to stab him
All right.
with my
Rapier?
short sword.
Oh, your short
Yeah.
sword? Sure.
Well, I don't know.
Okay.
my little pokey thing.
Okay. Poke him.
Okay, wait. It says 1d8.
Yep, so that's for damage. You roll your d20 and add 5 to it. And let
Okay.
me know what you get.
16.
16 is a hit. So you roll 1d8 damage, and then you add 3 to that, and then plus you add a 6-sided die because Sven, your ally, is distracting him for you. So you apply
Oh my
your
God.
roguey sneak attack damage.
Okay, so I need to find an 8 and a 6,
Mm-hmm.
and I roll them.
And then you add them together and add 3.
11.
Okay, that is a good chunk of damage. You drive your rapier straight between his ribs, and he sort of looks at you impassively, almost as though he's not worried about you at all. Jacques Friest.
So Jacques kind of whips out his hand. He says, like, "Oh yeah, I can do that too," and he forms an ice knife.
Oh.
And I mean, how tall is this dude?
He's about 5'8".
Okay, so yeah, I'm pretty small, so I'm going to stab him in the leg with it.
All right.
That's about as high as I can reach.
Yep. Okay, go for it. Make your attack roll.
That is a 15 plus a 4. So 19.
19 hits. So how much damage does it do?
D8. Or no, a D10.
Oh, what kind of damage does it do?
Ice knife does.
Fire damage.
It does piercing damage. Oh, wait, let me read this first. Hang on. Okay, hang on. Okay, so it does 1d10 piercing damage,
Okay.
and then a hit or a miss, the shard then explodes.
Mm-hmm.
The target and each creature within 5 feet of it must succeed on a dex save
Oh.
or take 2d6 cold damage.
Oh, okay. Your Sven might take some damage. Go for it. So you on a hit. Yep. Okay.
So that's an 8 for the piercing damage.
Oh, an 8 for the piercing damage. Okay. Sven, make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Dex save. That is 17.
Okay. So you succeed. Isadora, make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
15.
15 is also a success. Both of you shrug off the cold damage quite easily as a knife made of pure ice drives deep into the heart of your foe. And Jacques, he looks at you and he says, "I'm coming for you, little creature. Once I cut my way through your friends." And he's going to look at Sven. And Sven, he's going to attack you once with his ice dagger and once with his ice longsword, believing in his ability to cut you down like he cut down your watery friend.
Did he make a dex save?
Oh, yes, he did not. He did not. He failed.
Okay, so he's going to take 2d6 cold damage.
Yes.
It's a 4 and a 4, so 8.
It looks like he's unaffected.
Okay.
So one miss and one hit Travis. Which do you prefer? Do you like high or do you like low? What's better for you?
For
Just
what?
in
Do
general,
I-
high or low is which is good for you?
Let's go with high.
High is good for you. All right, so that's good. You got lucky. So you take 5 points of damage as he drives an ice knife between your eyes. Oh,
Is that
5, yeah.
is that piercing damage?
Yes, it is.
All right, so I'm gonna half that.
Boo.
So 5 halved, rounding up, right?
Down.
Or is it down?
Mm-hmm.
2. 2 points.
Holly, it is
Okay.
your turn. You have seen Agara heroically flee. Jacques Friest stab with an ice knife, and an explosion of cold showered your allies and the enemy
Um,
to no effect.
how's he looking? Just nonchalant.
He's looking wounded for sure, but
I am going to. I need you to make a deck save as I cast Fairy Fire. Actually, I can't. I don't have any visuals, so I don't know. I'll try and position it in a way to hit only him.
yeah,
or,
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
He does make the save though. He got 18.
All right. That's my turn.
Okay, Sven.
Okay. Let's see. Um, I think I'm probably. You said he's not looking great,
I mean, he's
right?
not looking great. He's not looking as
But
good as he did, but to say he's looking bad, I probably wouldn't say that.
okay. Yeah, I'm going to continue raging and swing at him again with my great axe.
Okay.
That one's a hit. That's a dirty 20.
Okay.
And 12, 13, 14, slashing damage from my
Ooh.
great axe.
Yep.
And then let's see.
Bonus action, movement.
Yeah. So I can use a bonus action with an offhand, right? I have 2 weapon fighting.
Are
So
you
if I have a
using?
light melee, I have
Except, are
a
you using your great
dagger.
axe in 2 hands?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's 2-handed. Never mind. Can't do that.
All right.
Okay. So I think. Yep, I think that'll do it. I'll just start smashing at him with my great axe, trying to block him from trying to hurt my friends.
Okay. Agara, you're next.
Hold on, just looking through my spells. I'm sorry, but how close am I still
You're
to him?
you're about 20 feet away from him.
About 20 feet? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and try to use my boomerang.
Oh, okay.
So give me a second. Let me pull that up.
No problem.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and try to use my boomerang.
Okay.
Okay, and that is a 15.
A 15 will hit. How much damage?
Okay, so I'm going to do 1d4 bludgeoning. And I did 4.
Okay. Wow. Isadora, it is your turn. Mighty Sven is wielding a ginormous great axe. And you're there right beside him, ready to pounce.
Am I close to him?
Absolutely, you're right beside him.
Okay, then I would like to stab him again.
Absolutely, hit him with your rapier. Roll the dice, d20.
I add it to my dexterity.
Your attack bonus is +5, yep.
21.
That is a hit. Roll your damage. 1d8 plus 3 plus 1d6.
11.
11. Oh, that is a lot of damage. Okay. Jacques Friest, it is your go.
Okay, so Jacques Friest is going to butcher some words here really quick. He's going to use or channel his tempestuous magic, and he's going to like create a gust of air
Okay.
below him, and he's going to levitate up
Okay.
like 10 feet,
Okay.
and he's going to pull out his crossbow
Yep.
and shoot at dude.
Go for it.
19 plus 3, 22.
22. That is a hit. How much damage?
That's a D8 plus. So that's 9.
Oh boy. Okay. Now he's looking very hurt. Oh boy. He's looking very hurt. Very hurt indeed. Okay. He is going to Isadora and Sven. You see him shimmer almost in the pinkish gold hue, and he vanishes from your sight. Agara, he appears right beside you and in range of Jacques Friest. Agara, he wields his dagger, and he said, "This one's for you." Does a 23 hit?
Yep.
He stabs you for 5 damage.
Yeah, she did.
Nice. You are on the ground once again. Your blood runs cold, staining the pristine white snow. It dribbles out beside you like every movie you've ever seen. Will your friends be able to save you in time? It's hard to say. He turns his gaze to Jacques Friest and he says, "I told you I would come for you, little creature." Does a 20 hit you, Jacques Friest?
On a good day, yeah.
Today is a good day, my friend.
And yes, it hits.
Take 10 damage as his icy longsword drives deep into your flesh.
Oh, wow. Wow. You really took me out, didn't you?
Thank you for the raid, Mini Terrain Domain. Always good to see you. Thanks for joining us. We are in the middle of the Iceholes Rime of the Frostmaiden campaign.
Where the DM is being an Icehole.
I'm the king of the Iceholes. Where do you think I got the name from?
The DM's being a DM, you know.
Yes.
Agara drops to the ground. Anthony Jacques Friest drops to the ground, but it's up to Holly.
Double kill.
What will Holly do?
Who's up after me?
Who is up after you? It is Sven.
He's too angry to be of use in this. I'm just gonna go over to Agara again. Just kind of look at him, glare at him, pop another berry in her mouth. I have 2 more of those.
Okay. Agara, what was a blue, dark light fading behind your eyes now is replaced by the endless night of Oril. It's hard to say which was more like a void. You'll have to ponder that, but perhaps not now. Sven.
Holly just scowling down at you like, stop getting stabbed.
He wants
when Jacques gets knocked out, since he's levitating 10 feet up, does he just kind of like slowly like start falling down, or does he
Yes, he
stay
does.
10 feet up?
No, he starts he starts falling slowly to the ground because I'm
Okay.
a kind and generous god.
Does 23 hit? You're
23
level 1.
does hit.
No, I'm just kidding. That's exactly what you just told a level 1. Asked a level 1. Okay, anyways,
I could have
it's
shield.
a well, I mean, there's that. Okay, well, I got a natural 18 plus 5. So, actually, does a 23 hit?
Yes, 23 still
Ironic.
hits.
Oh man, come on. High numbers, high numbers. Well, not as great as I was hoping, but whatever. 13 slashing damage. I'm just gonna rush over there with my great axe again, and I'll just be like in between slashes, like, stop hurting my friends.
You raise your great axe high in the air and you drive it deep into the creature's chest. As you're pulling it out, he sort of splits in two and falls to the ground. But what you notice, something you didn't notice before, is that the axe has no blood on it. No blood on it whatsoever.
Okay, that's bizarre. He's obviously gonna like. Is he down now, or is he?
He's down,
'Cause you
yep.
said he splits in half, right?
Yep.
All right. So, first things first, he's gonna rush over
Oh,
to Jacques.
Whoa. Agara, what are you going to do?
Oh,
We're still in initiative.
The creature has fallen claved in two by a massive strike from Sven. You once again have rejoined the land of the living, the sweet taste of the good berry basting your lips.
You are very full.
Well, I kind of want to kick this guy's dead body, but
Okay.
I think I'm going to refrain
Okay,
and just kind of stare.
sure. Isadora, it's your turn. You saw the massive Goliath Sven cleave this creature in two.
I would like to give Sven a high five.
You can absolutely walk over and give Sven a high five.
Can we check his pockets or anything?
Absolutely, yeah. You can check his pockets. You find a small gold purse. There's 12 silver in it. You don't find anything else of note. He has a fine pair of leather boots, but otherwise not much. Jacques Friest, do I recall correctly you're unconscious?
Yes, I am.
Yes, great.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought I recalled that correctly. Do us a favor and provide us the first death saving throw here on the Talon Claw Twitch channel.
Natural one.
This
Natural
is
one.
a
Natural
first.
one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Oh boy, you are
Damn.
up with one hit point, my friend. What would you like to
Bazinga.
do?
I would just kind of like to stand up and just look in shock, and like it's like I felt the cold for the first, like it affected me.
Yeah.
You know, rather like something just was very eerie about it. You know, Jacques is always like joyful and kind of bouncing around, but you know, this experience kind of like hit him very hard. He's just kind of standing there stunned.
So, the creature who was previously torn asunder, his skin begins to knit back together, and while his body doesn't fully reform, he does stand. And he looks at Agara. And he says, "You again? Why won't you die?" And he attempts to
Ollie
stab
waves
you.
at him.
He attempts to stab you with an ice dagger. Does a 24 hit?
Yes.
You take 4 points of damage from an ice dagger as he drives it deep into your flesh, sliding past your armor. What happens? Do you fall unconscious again?
Well, yeah.
So
Yeah.
you fall to the ground, once again cradled in the embrace of the soft, puffy snow, and this time he turns to look at Holly and says, "Perhaps this time her death will stay permanent." And he attacks you with his iced longsword. But I might not have hit. AC 16.
Oh, that definitely hits me.
Okay, all right. But you only take 4 points of icy blade damage. And now it's your turn.
I look down where he stabbed me. I look up at him. I slowly reach into my pouch, grab another berry, put it into Agar's mouth, and that's my turn. Again.
He screams, "Why do you vex me so, little creature?" Anybody who has religion, Jacques Friest, yeah, the answer is yes. You can use a reroll to force me to reroll.
I am proficient in religion. I
So
will
you
take
can
it.
make a check as a bonus action on your turn.
Hiya. Not great. 9.
9. Okay, yeah, you don't know anything. Sven.
All right. Um, I'm just going to be very confused because he just stitched himself back up somehow and stood back up and is now attacking people. This time around, he's going to take the great axe. He's going to run over to him again and just start hacking that same line that he cleaved him in twain, and hope that maybe there's a weak spot.
Okay.
All right. That's a dirty 20.
That is a hit.
And not as good on that. 7, 8, 9. 9 slashing damage
Okay.
with the great axe.
He falls to the ground again. The healing is now dispatched.
Okay. I'm going to use my bonus action if I can. Can I like grab one of his legs? If I cleaved him in twain, can I grab one of his legs and literally just kind of just move away? Like taking half of his body with me and leaving the other half there, so
Yeah.
it can't just reform.
Yeah. Not really. There's not quite enough. There's not quite enough
Okay.
sinew separated to fully pull him apart.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about I don't think I have enough cool stuff yet to do anything. I'm going to grab my crowbar that I just got and I'm going to stick it right in his chest
Okay. Done.
and just see what into the ground through his chest and try to like wedge it in there.
Okay. Done. You have wedged this crowbar deep into this blue-pink flesh.
All right, and I think that's it for me.
Yep. Agara. Frustratingly, you are conscious again. So what would you like to do? He's standing above you. Holly is continually feeding these 1 HP berries. You have never been more full in your entire life. You're like,
Man. My instinct is to run, but give me a second to actually think.
no problem.
I can use Cure Wounds on myself, correct?
Absolutely, you can.
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Okay. So you lay some healing on yourself. How much do you get back?
Mm,
I think it's 1d8 plus 3.
Seems legit.
Or whatever
Oh.
your spellcasting modifier is.
So 6.
So you get back 6. He shouts, "Why am I so vexed?" Is there anything else you'd like to do? You have cured yourself. You are much hardier than you were before. Would you like to stand up? If you stand up, he doesn't get bonuses to hit you.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, I'd like to stand up.
So you heroically stand and face your foe who's knocked you down multiple times.
Yeah.
While holding your stomach going, oh.
It's like,
Yeah. Not hungry.
where's the Pepto? Where's the Pepto? Okay.
Wait, can you cast projectile vomit?
That's a different game. Isadora, it is your turn. The enemy that you have been fighting is once again collapsed on the ground. All of your allies seem to be happy and healthy. The halfling is still face down in the snow, but you can tell he's sort of looking up because he doesn't want anybody to notice him.
Okay, so the bad guy is like knocked out. He's not like reforming himself back to kick my butt.
Not at the moment.
Okay.
Do you have religion? Oh, Agar, you have religion. You can make a check on your turn, actually.
Yeah, I do have religion.
No.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm torn between trying to set the guy on fire anyway, or checking. Okay, well, Sven's for the fire. I have oil, and I have flint and steel. Can I set him on fire?
So basically, you chuck the oil at him, and he's coated in oil. Now make a flint and steel check. I am going to give you...
How do I do that?
I'm going to let you make a survival check. And I'm going to, because of your skill in the wilderness, I'm going to give you advantage. So you roll 2 20-sided dice, add plus... you take the best of the 2, and give me the result with your plus 4.
My plus 6, you mean?
Oh, jeez, yeah, you're plus 6.
Damn.
Okay, I take the best, and then I add 6, so 19.
So you spark easily, without any question, and he is ablaze. But you can see that as you set him ablaze, it's almost as though there's a blue ephemeral light that is burning up around him, sort of coming out of his chest cavity and evaporating. You think that this is the way to permanently slay this creature. We are now out of initiative because he cannot reform now. So the halfling remains face down. He does not seem very intent on getting up at the moment, although he does look happy to see that his tormentor is now on fire. What do you all do?
I'm going to go up to him and offer him my last berry and be like, are you feeling all right?
He says, oh, well, thank you so much for your help. He said he was going to kill me.
He said that a lot.
Yes, he said he was going to kill me. He said something about he knew that Auril cheated him, that I cheated Auril, and that the kiss of the Frostmaiden would find me. And it was really awful. I was choking in the snow, and he said he was going to stab me in the chest with a dagger made of ice. Oh, it was just awful, awful. Thank you all so very much.
You're quite welcome. Who are you in Who are you?
Oh, my name is Fervis, a Fervis Fiddle Rocket.
I like that name. Said he's a halfling or a
A halfling.
gnome?
Halfling.
I will introduce myself as Holly.
Oh, hello, Holly. Would you help me up?
Yeah.
So he sort of takes your hand and whew, he brushes the snow off and he sort of looks at Agara, her body covered in blood. Are you okay?
I will be.
That 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 must have been awful. Thank you very much for getting all those stab wounds so I didn't have to. I'm a very nice person.
Sven will walk over and be like, okay, guys, so we have to find out if he's guilty now. So we need to definitely ask him when he comes back too. Is he the one who was murdering people with the ice knives? Because you never know exactly what's going to be going on around here. There could be multiple ice knife people. He might be just doing this guy a favor somehow. I don't know. Was he doing you a favor? Yeah.
Wait, doing me a favor by murdering me?
Oh, I wasn't sure if he was murdering you or if you were just playing a fun game. Sometimes back when I was living up north, me and my brothers, they would go ahead and just like, we'd just kind of lightly stab each other with our daggers, but not too hard. Just enough, to get a little bit of the blood and kind of, have some fun and wrestle around in the snow and stuff. And then, by your face, it looks like you never did that before.
Um, your family was very different than my family.
Okay, so he's definitely the guy then.
I mean, I can't say for sure, but it seems like it.
Okay, I'm gonna go tie him up then, and he'll just kind of wander away and wait for the fire to kind of go out, and then even if he's still like in two pieces, he's going to tie up his arms and legs just to be safe.
Sure. So you hear from just over the rise, you hear a crackling fire, and Isadora, you remember that the the deckhand who was helping load up the Torg's material said that there was going to be a burning tonight, and that is where we will leave it for this evening. We will pick it up next week, 2 weeks from now, on December the 15th. The Rime of the Frostmaiden Iceholes campaign will continue here on Talon and Claw. Thank you all so very much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Again, if you want to join us this coming Saturday, we'll put the link in the chat to join us for Quest for the Cure. We'll have lots of amazing prizes, including a D&D Beyond sourcebook bundle, a whole host of other prizes, dice, and what have you. And then on December 6th, we are doing a Quest for the Cure again for the Pirates. We will be playing starting at 7:30, a few hours early, raising money for Jesse's Journey. And again, there'll be some amazing prizes from D&D Beyond, dice from Legendary, pants, and more. Thank you all very much. We look forward to seeing you again soon. Have a great night.
Thank you for coming, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Have a great night.